Yeah, we've spoken with many experts, including Scott Gottlieb this week, who have pointed out that the limitations on what Regeneron and Eli Lilly will be able to do with their antivirals, with their antibody cocktails, it really mean that they're probably going to be limited to some extent, that they'll have to be rationed. And there are a lot of questions about how you hand out the doses that you do have. What are you thinking on that? Because I know you spend a lot of time focusing on these issues.
Well, the capacity will depend somewhat on how big the dose is. Eli Lilly's doing a trial at 0.7 grams, which is less than a tenth of the 8 grams that Regeneron is sometimes using. We're looking at even going down below 0.7 grams, and instead of an infusion, having a one-time shot. Basically, if you catch somebody early where their oxygen's starting to go down and they've tested positive, you give them the antibodies earlier, and so the virus doesn't ever get to high levels. And in the early data, that looked very promising.
Right, but that comes back to the limitations. How do you decide who to give it to if you have limited supplies, and it's most effective when you give it to people early? It's not like you can go around and find the sickest people and say, okay, you get it. It's
right.
less effective there.
This would be based on who's most likely to get very sick or die. And so you'd have comorbidity and age be a primary criteria, and you'd be, depending on the volume you have available, that's how you'd restrict it, is that the ones at the highest risk would get this early stage treatment.
What's up, people? What's going on? My brothers in arms. What's up? This your boy again, Dr. E. Scott. E. Harlan Scott here. I'm just checking in. I had kind of a thought. I'm on one of my walks again. I like to take a walk and just clear my thoughts from the day. Because I be just slaving all day, man. Just be grinding. So I take a walk. It's kind of at night. Late night walk. But I was looking at something, and I'd heard something that Jason Black had talked about. It hit a chord with me as a thought, and something that BGS had talked about, and I pieced that shit together. Basically, a lot of the shit that that's going on out here with this whole situation with America and the COVID pandemic. And I don't want to sound like some kind of conspiracy theorist, but one thing I do know, America's broke as fuck. How do we know that this wasn't a heist of America, these last couple bailouts? Because if you go on Forbes, all these businesses is closing. I'm living in the second richest county in the United States, and stores are closing, seem like damn near every day in the mall. I mean, it's not every day, but it's at least once a week. That shit is crazy. And you seeing this and you saying, what the fuck? And a lot of these stores I saw on Forbes that they announced back in June, I think that was June or July, that all these stores are closing. Microsoft is gone. I heard Victoria's Secrets is next. A lot of major department stores are gone. Lord and Tell. I mean, you can go down the list. I think the AT&T store is closing. But I was sitting there just thinking, like, this country is broke, man. And I think one of the financial gurus, Jack Ma, has spoke about it about a year or two ago, that how America fucked up. We're not investing in their people. And something BGS, this is where BGS came in when he said that America's basically done. They can't afford to even keep us down anymore, especially black men. That's the key with the prisons, the private sectors. So I'm looking at this, and I might be wrong, but I don't think so, because it's playing out. First of all, Aquarius is here. The age of Aquarius is here, which is the age of knowledge. And I don't think a lot of y'all understand that. Y'all need to look up the different ages. But we are definitely in that age, and coming around every 2,000, I think 100 years or something like 2,000 or something. Yeah, I don't know the exact year, but we are in the beginning phases of the shift. That's why, guys, the age of knowledge is predicated really on black men. We, like BGS also said, the sleeper is awakening. Is awakened. Hope I got that right, BGS. But that's a true fucking statement. Me and Pip Guy always talk about it when we take our walks during the afternoon. We're actually seeing it happen. It's playing out. And the interesting thing is, a lot of black men don't even realize that they're in the age of Aquarius. So this is the beginning phases of us waking up, getting the crust out of our eyes. That's what the Ice Cube shit is. Even Kanye West, 50 Cent, a lot of brothers, myself, other brothers, everybody. We've been on it. But now it's coming more prevalent because a lot of people say, yeah, but a lot of us been on it. I said, but y'all don't understand the depths of the difference. See, now when celebrities on it is a difference because these are the people that were supposed to be paid programs. So now it's like malfunctioning programs in the mainstream that have influence. And that's what you damn sure don't want. That's how you know what we're doing is rubbing off. So this is an interesting time, brothers. So I'm gonna get to what Jason Black has said. So on one of his other streams, I heard that it was very interesting. I'm about to piece all this together for y'all. He was talking about how the Native Americans, somebody had called in and talking about how we should be like the Native Americans, but Jason Black corrected him and said, well, no, because they're still funded by the government. That's their old treaty and promise to the Native Americans that also turned on us too. Well, we're not gonna get into that. This is part of their karma. But Jason Black said no, because they're paid for by the government. They're upheld by government funding. The casinos, all this shit help aid the native Indians in their reparations. What's interesting about it though, I was looking at the Bill Gates video that I played in the beginning, and if you can go look it up, I couldn't really find the one with my father showed me, the one with him and his wife, and they specifically said, now watch the words, like great Neely Fuller said, words. White people are they are word masters. They were saying, in particularly, the corona, the virus is affecting poor, people that's disenfranchised of healthcare, and which really is the Native Americans and Black Americans. Now go and look that shit up. I may post it later if I find it. But those are the things that they're saying out here. The vaccines, that furthermore, who the fuck gave Bill Gates and his fucking wife, them motherfuckers look like demonic, man, the authority? They're not even doctors. Not even the deaf doctors we have. They're beyond that. That's some satanic type shit. So all that to say, get back to what BGS was talking about when me and him had a conversation months back about really what all this is about is depopulation. But what we need to understand, this is pivotal that y'all understand what I'm about to say. I once talked to a couple rich guys in my circle, and one of the things they said, that the biggest asset to them was people. That's some major shit, man. We the battery that keep this plantation going. And they talked about it in the Matrix. It's people. It's not money. It's people. So when you're liquidating a country, and really your biggest threat, which has always been the black man, when you're liquidating a place called the United States, you start unloading your people and the biggest threats. So to me, the bailouts was to a lot of rich whites that's getting out of here, because this place is done. It's the Titanic. They getting their life raft, jumping off the side. But the major asset which they have to contend with, if they're going to liquidate a nation, it's going to be the people. So you really have to get rid of as many people as you can if you're going to liquidate. It's just like me coming in buying something and you evaluating what you about to buy. In this case, it's a country and its assets, the land, the properties, the buildings. You're going to ask questions like, what's going on? So I believe that's part of, are these colors, are they going to give us any problems? They asking for a lot now. Well, we're going to force them to get vaccines, kill a bunch of them off, and sedate a whole bunch of them. You don't have to worry about that for the next 100, 200 years. Till the new batch comes up, we'll deal with them. But meanwhile, we're going to liquidate as many of these motherfuckers as we can. Y'all need to understand what's going on here, man. So to wrap it up, I believe that this whole COVID thing was a big heist. Last monies for a white system that's falling. Like B just said, they can't afford it anymore. They just get the fuck out of Dodge. Because at the highest level, they understand on a spiritual level that Aquarius is here. See, they understand that shit. And the people at that top, they're going to take care of the ones, their family and stuff, so they're going to get out of here, strip it. Take as much as you can and get the fuck out of Dodge. Now, who's ever coming in to buy the rest of this place, they got to contend with the people, the foundational blacks that built this place. Because now we're waking up saying, hey, what the fuck? We coming back for everything. We want everything that's owed to us. We want our money. We want our land. And fellas, we need to start really, and a lot of these panels, when we're talking, we need to really start figuring out who's going to be in charge of healthcare system, who's going to be in charge of the fucking airline. I just took a flight coming back from Miami, and nothing but women at the damn transit security. They doing security work. This is how fucked up this place is, man. 90% of them women, literally. Going and coming, DC to Florida. So, I'm saying as black men, we're going to have to start figuring out who's going to be in charge of the travel situation, who's going to be in charge of, like I said, healthcare, a lot of dysfunction that we have. And I believe Trump represents that. And we got to understand that, meaning, I'm gonna say it, because me and Pip God talked about this. In the future, it's going to be, I believe, the Indian man, the Asian man, which the Chinese, Russian, Africans are out. They got to pay their karma. The European white man is out. He got to pay his karma. They all got to pay their debt. The Indian, the Russians, which is European, man, but we get into that in another video, because they position themselves too. It's very interesting what's going on, guys, on a spiritual plane. But the American black man, we are next up, and we're going to have to do business together. That's why it's very interesting, the whole Ice Cube deal. We're going to have to learn to do business. And I believe Trump represents that rogue person that understands that he's going to have to do business with us. He might. Maybe some bullshit. But I believe there's a certain level of understanding. They're going to have to do business with us because we're the future. This place needs order. And we coming back for everything, including our identity.